Madame Brown and the family maid gave birth at the same time. In order to make her own daughter a wealthy lady, the maid secretly swapped her baby with Madame Brown's daughter years later. The little girl met a poor boy who was just as unfortunate. On her 5th birthday, the boy brought her a steamed bun to celebrate. However, the maid suddenly appeared, forcibly took the girl away, and sold her to a theater. Fortunately, the theater owner, Sue, saw how pitiful the girl was and decided to treat her like her own daughter. 18 years passed in the blink of an eye. The once fragile little girl had grown into a graceful young lady and had even become the most famous singer in the theater, Anna. Meanwhile, the beggar boy from the past had worked his way up to become the powerful warlord, Jacob. Yet, he was constantly searching for the girl he once knew. One day, he thought he saw a glimpse of that little girl in Anna. He walked onto the stage and demanded that Anna reveal her shoulder. At that moment, Mark rushed onto the stage, claiming that Anna was the girl he liked. Jacob immediately ordered his men to surround Mark, warned him, and then left. Unable to confront Jacob, Mark took out all his anger on Anna. He reached out to touch her but was rejected. Furious, he grabbed Anna by the neck and violently choked her. Sue rushed forward to stop him but was pushed to the ground. Anna pleaded in pain, but strangely, every time Mark bullied her, he felt an inexplicable sharp pain in his chest. Mark threatened Anna, saying that if she didn't obediently go to the hotel that night, he would kill Sue. After saying that, he ordered his men to drag Sue away by force. At night, Anna arrived at the agreed location on time. As Jacob passed by her, Anna felt as if she saw the shadow of the little boy from her past and instinctively called out to him. Jacob froze for a moment. Coincidentally, at that moment, Bess, who was impersonating Anna, appeared and maliciously accused Anna of seducing Jacob. However, Jacob angrily scolded Bess instead, leaving her humiliated. After Jacob left, Bess became enraged. She slapped Anna hard across the face and, in her fury, grabbed a knife, attempting to slash Anna's face. Just then, Bess's twin brother, Mark, suddenly appeared. Seeing Anna being tormented, Mark felt a sudden, inexplicable pain in his chest. Bess quickly ran to Mark, complaining that Anna was seducing Jacob. In a fit of rage, she violently tore at Anna's clothes, accidentally revealing the plum blossom-shaped birthmark on Anna's body. This shocking discovery left Mark stunned. He remembered his mother once saying that the plum blossom birthmark was a unique mark of the Brown family's children. First, it seemed like this discovery could change Anna's fate, but Mark grew suspicious. Believing that Anna had deliberately tattooed the mark to falsely claim a connection to their family, overcome with anger, he began to torture Anna to force a confession. Sue tried to protect Anna, but she was also brutally beaten by Mark. Seeing Mark becoming increasingly violent, Sue, in desperation, grabbed a wine bottle and smashed it over Mark's head, giving Anna a chance to escape. Anna, who had escaped, accidentally ran into Jacob and immediately pleaded with him for help. Jacob had always felt an inexplicable sense of familiarity toward Anna, and seeing her crying so helplessly, he didn't hesitate to defy Mark and decisively saved her. Jacob carried Anna away, leaving behind an enraged Mark, who swore to take revenge. When Anna woke up, she found herself in Jacob's home. Dizzy and disoriented, she tried to stand up and thank him but accidentally fell into his arms. Jacob pinned her down on the bed and teasingly asked if she was trying to repay him with her body. At that moment, a subordinate entered and reported that Sue had regained consciousness. Meanwhile, in the Bess household, Bess nervously told her mother about Anna's presence, fearing that Jacob might break off the engagement because of her. Enraged, Mark swore that Anna would pay for everything. Mark's mother then devised a plan to deal with Anna. She invited Anna to perform at Bess and Mark's joint birthday celebration. At the hospital, Sue warned Anna not to go to Mark's house, but to protect both herself and Sue, Anna decided to go anyway. As soon as Anna arrived at Brown's mansion, she was violently kicked to the ground by Bess. Bess ordered the servants to torture her. At that moment, Bess's mother appeared. Upon seeing the plum blossom-shaped birthmark on Anna, she began questioning Anna's identity. Bess quickly claimed that Anna had deliberately tattooed it on herself. Infuriated, Bess's mother slapped Anna hard, and even the old maid, who had once been in the family, joined in and brutally beat Anna. Anna knelt in pain, begging for mercy. Suddenly, Bess's mother felt a sharp, unexplained pain in her chest. Anna was shocked to realize that the Bess family's maid was the very woman who had sold her off years ago, her own biological mother. Terrified that the truth would be exposed, the maid urgently urged Mark to eliminate Anna as soon as possible. By the riverside, Anna struggled in pain. However, when Bess's mother and brother saw Anna's pitiful appearance, they both inexplicably felt a sharp pain in their hearts. Standing nearby, the maid, terrified that Anna might take her biological daughter Bess's place, was eager to push Anna into the river. At that critical moment, Jacob appeared. He ordered his men to surround the entire Brown family and then jumped into the river to rescue Anna. Jacob carried Anna away, leaving behind a furious Bess. When Anna regained consciousness, she knelt before Jacob, sincerely thanking him for saving her life. In her heart, she thought that rather than continuing to suffer under the torment of the Brown family, she would rather stay with Jacob. She told Jacob that she was still pure and was willing to offer herself to repay his kindness. Jacob pressed her down on the bed and softly asked, "Is this truly what you want?" At that moment, a subordinate rushed in to report that Sue had committed suicide. The news struck Anna like lightning. She couldn't believe it and broke down in heartbreaking sobs until she fainted from the overwhelming pain. Staring at the unconscious Anna, Jacob felt an even stronger sense of familiarity in her face. He leaned closer, trying to check if she had the plum blossom-shaped birthmark, but Anna suddenly grabbed his hand tightly. Just then, Jacob's subordinate interrupted again. Regaining his composure, Jacob calmly ordered his men to continue searching for the little girl from years ago and to uncover Anna's true identity. Mark and his mother went to the hospital for a checkup, and the doctor confirmed that both of them were in good health. As for Mark's frequent chest pain, the doctor explained that it might be a form of sensory response. When a close family member is in danger, the body instinctively feels pain. Meanwhile, Anna woke up to a nurse bringing her a bowl of noodles that Sue had prepared for her before she passed away. Anna burst into uncontrollable sobs, recalling how Sue would personally cook noodles for her every year on her birthday. At that moment, Bess suddenly barged into the hospital room, hurling insults and physically attacking Anna. She threatened Anna to stay away from Jacob and even kicked over the bowl of noodles. Having endured too much humiliation, Anna finally decided not to tolerate it any longer. She rushed forward, slapped Bess hard across the face, and furiously grabbed her by the neck, demanding to know why she was so cruel. Just then, Bess's mother and Mark arrived at the scene. Mark immediately pulled out a gun and aimed it at Anna, but before he could pull the trigger, a sudden sharp pain struck his chest. He recalled the doctor's words but refused to believe that his sister could have such a lowly identity. Seeing this, Mark's mother quickly snatched the gun from her son, determined to end Anna's life herself. A gunshot suddenly rang out. It was Jacob who arrived just in time to save Anna. Furious, Bess questioned why Jacob would save Anna and reminded him of the engagement between their two families. However, Jacob firmly declared that from now on, Anna was the only woman he truly wanted to marry. Mark trembled with rage, roaring that his family would never let this go. Anna, staring at the spilled noodles on the floor, slowly knelt down and quietly picked them up to eat. She had already lost the only family she had in this world. Seeing her in such deep sorrow, Jacob felt a stabbing pain in his heart. He gently pulled her into his arms, holding her tightly and softly comforting her. At the Brown family estate, the maid accidentally noticed clear bruises on Bess's neck. Upon learning that it was Anna who had caused them, the maid grew resentful and swore to eliminate Anna to prevent any future trouble. The maid sought out her husband, and the two began plotting how to kill Anna. Meanwhile, Anna and Jacob visited Sue's grave. In a soft voice, Anna recounted her tragic past, how she had been sold off by her biological parents, and how Sue had been the only person who had ever protected her. After finishing her story, Anna leaned in and kissed Jacob on the lips, pleading with him for help. Jacob was momentarily stunned but quickly responded tenderly to her sweet kiss. He promised that from now on, he would protect her no matter what. However, to his shock, Anna was kidnapped that very night. At the same time, Jacob finally found the maid from years ago and uncovered the long-hidden truth. Anna was the very girl he had been searching for all this time. Just then, the butler rushed in to report anxiously Anna had gone missing. In an abandoned house, Anna woke up in terror, realizing that the person who had kidnapped her was none other than her cruel biological father from years ago. However, he didn't recognize her. Just as he was about to harm her, Anna furiously revealed that she was his biological daughter. At that moment, the maid suddenly appeared, threw him a bag of money, and urged him to finish the job quickly. The man raised a knife and lunged at Anna. In desperation, Anna grabbed a knife from the ground and stabbed him. Terrified, Anna fainted on the spot. At the critical moment, Jacob arrived, holding Anna tightly in his arms before carrying her away. In Jacob's room, Anna slowly regained consciousness and instinctively hugged him. Unable to hold back his emotions, Jacob leaned down and kissed her. Anna, shy and flustered, tried to pull away, but Jacob deepened the kiss passionately. He gently caressed her cheek and promised to protect her. Suddenly, Bess burst into the room, angrily insulting Anna. Furious, Jacob ordered her to leave immediately. Right after, Bess's mother and Jacob's mother also entered. Bess's mother demanded an explanation, questioning Jacob's actions. Without hesitation, Jacob firmly declared, "From now on, Anna is my wife." Jacob's mother sided with Bess, angrily rebuking Jacob, insisting that she would never accept someone of Anna's lowly status as a member of the Pei family and that he could only marry Bess. Hearing this, Anna felt utterly heartbroken and attempted to leave Jacob's house, but he stopped her. Jacob gently promised he would always take care of her and softly kissed her forehead. Not long after Jacob left, a servant came to inform Anna that someone wanted to see her. It turned out to be the maid. The maid humbly begged Anna to spare her biological father and urged her to leave Jacob. Anna coldly refused and even threatened to make the maid pay for the cruel way she had treated her own daughter. Later, the maid went to visit her husband in prison, revealing that she had kept the truth about swapping the babies a secret from him all these years. At that moment, Bess, who had been eavesdropping outside, overheard that Anna was the maid's biological daughter. Enraged, she slapped the maid hard. Humiliated and furious, the maid swore to personally kill Anna to atone for her sins and prove her loyalty to Bess. Jacob returned to his room, and when Anna learned that he had been beaten by his father for wanting to marry her, her heart ached with sorrow. She picked up some ointment, wanting to apply it to his wounds, but Jacob suddenly leaned in and kissed her deeply. In that moment, Jacob accidentally called her by the childhood nickname that the little boy from her past used to call her. Anna froze, confused, and asked how he knew that name. Feeling it wasn't the right time to reveal his true identity, Jacob casually explained that he noticed the plum blossom-shaped birthmark on her body, which led him to call her that. Then, he deepened his kiss, completely capturing her heart. The next day, while Anna was in the mansion, a servant rushed in to report that Bess's family had surrounded Jacob's estate. Anna was taken to a small cabin where Bess ordered the maid to kill her. Confused, Anna questioned the maid. "Are you really my biological mother? Why are you so cruel to me?" The maid remained silent, not denying it. Anna pressed on, demanding to know where her real parents were, but the maid coldly ordered her husband to kill Anna. Anna fought back fiercely with a knife and, while escaping, accidentally bumped into Bess's father. In desperation, she begged him to save her. Bess's father was stunned by how much Anna resembled him and instinctively questioned her identity. Bess, enraged, slapped Anna hard and accused her of seducing her father. However, Bess's father looked conflicted and ordered his men to take Anna away. In a moment of desperation, Anna grabbed Bess as a hostage, forcing the maid to apologize and reveal the truth about her biological parents. Terrified of being exposed, the maid hastily confessed to Bess's parents that Anna was actually her biological daughter and even kowtowed to Anna in remorse. At that moment of vulnerability, Bess seized the chance, grabbed a gun, and aimed it at Anna. In the nick of time, Jacob arrived, shielding Anna from the bullet and escaping with her. Meanwhile, Mark suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest, and Bess's father also began to suspect something was wrong. After Jacob took Anna away, the maid's husband unexpectedly demanded money from Bess, having realized that Bess was actually his biological daughter. The maid was shocked and questioned how her husband had uncovered the truth, while Bess stood there in disbelief, staring at them both. In the car, Anna looked at Jacob, who was injured because of her, and cried with heartache. Jacob gently kissed her and softly apologized. "I'm sorry I didn't protect you." With tears in her eyes, Anna told him that the maid was not her biological mother. With a determined look, Jacob promised, "I will help you find your real parents," and vowed to give Anna a home. At that moment, Jacob's father suddenly appeared, forcefully demanding that he marry Bess. Jacob refused to back down and coldly threatened, "If you insist on this, then just kill me." Hearing this, Anna immediately rushed out to shield Jacob, taking all the blame upon herself and promising to leave him. After speaking, she turned away with a heart full of pain. Just then, Mark appeared and mockingly provoked Jacob, saying, "Without your protection, do you think Anna will survive tomorrow?" Enraged, Jacob was about to attack when he suddenly noticed a birthmark on Mark's body. In that instant, Jacob realized everything. He calmed down, deep in thought, and turned to his father, saying, 3 days from now, I will marry the daughter of the Jiang family." As expected, Jacob secretly overheard the maid, her husband, and Bess plotting against Anna. Jacob ordered his men not to act hastily and sneered coldly, "Let them put on a good show. We'll reveal the truth on the engagement day." On the day of the engagement, Anna also appeared at the venue. An enraged Bess demanded that she leave immediately, but Mark coldly stated that he was the one who invited Anna, just so she could witness how happy Bess was. At that moment, Jacob officially appeared and announced his engagement to the Brown family's daughter. Bess was overjoyed and ready to bask in everyone's congratulations. But suddenly, she saw Jacob step off the stage and directly take Anna's hand. Confused, Anna instinctively tried to pull her hand back, but Jacob firmly declared in front of everyone, "Anna is the true biological daughter of the Brown family." The entire venue erupted in shock. No one could believe it, and many began to speculate that Jacob must have been bewitched by Anna and used this as an excuse to marry her. Jacob then revealed the plum blossom-shaped birthmark on Anna's body and pointed out how much more she resembled Mark than Bess. Bess's father suddenly recalled that many years ago, Mrs. Brown and the maid had given birth in the same delivery room, making the possibility of a baby swap very real. At this moment, the maid suddenly knelt down and claimed she had a way to prove that Bess was the real daughter of the Brown family. A servant brought out a bowl of clear water. The maid explained, "If the blood fuses together, it will prove a blood relationship." Bess was the first to cut her finger and drip blood into the bowl. As expected, it merged with her father's blood, and she was overjoyed. However, Jacob immediately cut his finger and dropped his blood into the same bowl, and his blood fused as well. Jacob coldly pointed out that the bowl of water had been tampered with. The servant fell to his knees, begging for forgiveness, admitting that the maid had instructed him to manipulate the test. At that moment, Jacob's men brought in the maid's husband. Faced with everyone, the maid's husband confessed everything, exposing the maid's scheme to swap the babies. The entire conspiracy was finally revealed. Guilt-ridden, Mr. and Mrs. Brown sincerely apologized to Anna, begging for her forgiveness. However, Anna coldly rejected them, firmly stating that she would never accept them as her biological parents. Unable to accept the truth, Mark furiously declared, "I only recognize Bess as my real sister." Emotionally shattered, Bess pretended to commit suicide. Mark panicked and rushed her to the hospital. Soon after, Anna suddenly fainted, and Jacob hurriedly carried her to the hospital. Upon seeing Anna, Mark suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest. It was at that moment he began to accept that Anna was truly his biological sister. Anxious and overwhelmed, he rushed to find Jacob to ask about Anna's condition, but Jacob punched him to the ground. With a cold and furious glare, Jacob snapped, "Anna ended up like this all because of you and your family." Witnessing Mark's concern for Anna, Bess was consumed with jealousy and rage. Determined to end Anna once and for all, she disguised herself as a nurse and secretly snuck into Anna's hospital room, planning to suffocate her. However, Anna had already seen through her plot and suddenly appeared behind her. Bess ultimately faced the consequences of her actions and received the punishment she deserved. Meanwhile, Anna also received a sincere apology from the Brown family. Later, Jacob brought Anna home. He pinned her gently against the wall and kissed her deeply, softly declaring that he would marry her next month. Blushing, Anna shyly responded to his kiss. Yet, amidst their sweet embrace, she accidentally called out the name of the boy from her childhood. Jacob's expression darkened, and without saying a word, he turned and stormed off in anger. On their wedding day, Jacob finally revealed the truth. "I was the little boy you've been searching for all along." Anna was both angry and amused, realizing that Jacob had been jealous of himself. She leaned in and kissed him, whispering softly, "Thank you for protecting me all these years."